everyone to our webinar, The Circular Business Design Model for Businesses. Today, we'll focus on creating a business model that thrives and supports sustainability. I'm Zita Bertha, an associate professor in STEM education and leadership, and Dr. Terry McIvor, an expert in circular business models, is joining me. Hi, Terry, how are you?
Hi, Zita. I'm great. How are you? I'm so excited to be here to discuss how we can build innovative and sustainable business models.
Thank you so much. I'm doing well as well. So we will briefly mention the EU 2030 climate targets and discuss green and circular skills and best practices for businesses to implement some measures in the climate action plan. So in 2023, the European Union adopted a set of Commission proposals to make the EU's climate, energy, transport, and taxation policies fit for reducing net greenhouse gas emissions by at least 55% by 2030, compared to 1990. Now, based on this, member states adopted their national energy and climate action plans, covering the period from 2021 to 2030, in which they set out national objectives and corresponding policies and measures. In Ireland, it is called the Climate Action Plan 2030. Now, in order to achieve the goals set out in the Climate Action Plan, businesses must identify the talent they need to attract and train their employees. So this means identifying green and circular skills. Terry, please tell us the definitions of circular and green skills and their differences.
Okay, well, circular skills are necessary to implement and manage circular economy practices. So these skills focus on creating closed-loop systems where products, materials, and resources are reused, repaired, refurbished, and recycled to extend their life cycle and minimize waste. So whereas green skills are knowledge, abilities, values, and attitudes needed to develop and support sustainable and resource-efficient society. So these skills aim to reduce the environmental impact of the economic activities and foster sustainable development. So let's look in more detail about the key differences. So green skills are broader in scope and covering various aspects of the environment, sustainability and resource efficiency, and across multiple sectors. And circular skills are more specific, focusing on the circular economy and the principles of closed-loop systems and lifestyle management. Green skills include reducing emissions, conserving resources, and managing environmental impacts. Circular skills include practices like designing longevity, facilitating repairs, and creating business models that support reuse and recycling. So this brings us to the topic of our webinar, creating a profitable circular business that supports sustainability. So let's start by focusing on how owners can integrate circular economy principles into their operations and promote internships for youth and why it's important. So let's look at the value proposition. So businesses must focus on creating durable and repairable products. For instance, Freeform is an architectural material manufacturing industry or company whose products such as laptops, marker boards, doors, etc. are made from 100% recycled materials. And their take-back program allows customers to help close the loop. So let's over to you now, Zita, to talk about a wee bit about product lifecycle management.
Well, thank you for that, Terry. So just want to highlight here that these key aspects that we are mentioning, product lifecycle management, for example, they are essential key aspects of a circular economy business model. And I actually want to ask you to talk a little bit more about your approach to product lifecycle management, because you set up several businesses and especially like online businesses and online education systems. So please share your insights and your experiences regarding these models.
Yeah, I've worked within the education and mentoring and coaching industry for over 27 years. So I've set up my own STEM Academy, professional bodies, and several online courses. So a digital platform that continuously updates and recycles its education content is necessary. So it needs to be a design for longevity. So the platform needs to needs to have a high quality modular educational content that can be easily updated and repurposed to stay relevant. Old course materials are regularly reviewed and should be updated and repurposed for new courses, ensuring the content remains valuable and up to date. Student feedback is systematically connected and to improve the courses and continually giving updates to the courses. So student feedback is extremely important in this whole process for continuous improvement and relevance of the course. The advantages of content being digital are that the platform reduces the need for physical materials, thus minimizing waste and environmental impact. So this takes us on to resource efficiency. Resource efficiency is crucial regarding the education industry. Digital resources reduce paper usage and the environmental impact of printing. Other examples of resource efficiency in education industry are digital libraries. Universities, schools implement digital libraries, providing students and faculty with access to vast ranges of ebooks, journals, and research papers. Well, so what's the benefit of this? Well, it reduces the need for physical books and printed materials, significantly cutting down on paper usage and the environmental impact of producing and transporting these materials. So we have next would be online learning platforms. So education institutions use online learning platforms as a classroom, shall we say. So like Moodle, Canva, Blackboard, so that they're able to deliver lessons, especially when we have adverse times when maybe we don't have face-to-face communication like we didn't have a few years ago. Then these learning platforms are so robust and so necessary. The benefit is really tremendous. E-textbooks. Examples, again, schools, universities encourage the use of e-textbooks instead of traditional printed textbooks, so reduces environmental impact associated with the production and disposal of physical books. Cloud-based collaboration tools. Using cloud-based tools such as Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, and Dropbox for storing and sharing documents and collaborating projects is really great. The benefit of this is reduces the need for printing and physical storage of documents, promoting a paperless environment. Efficient campus buildings. So educational institutions invest in energy efficient lighting, heating, and cooling systems, as well as solar panels and renewable energy sources. Benefit is to lower energy consumption and reduce carbon footprint of the campus. Recycling and waste reduction programs. So an example of this could be implementing a comprehensive recycling program for paper, plastic, and electronic waste on campus. The benefit encourages recycling among students and staff, reducing the amount of waste sent to landfills. Virtual classrooms and webinars. Hosting virtual classrooms and webinars instead of in-person classes and events. Benefit reduces environmental impact associated with travel and the use of physical resources for events. Universities now and some schools, they actually share classrooms. So if they have more than one campus, they would have one teacher who then basically connects to each campus. And so although they have 3 classes, it's really one class online. So smart classrooms, equipping classrooms with smart technology like interactive whiteboards, digital projectors, and tablets for students. So reduces the need for printed handouts and allows for interactivity, engaging learning experiences without paper waste. Sustainable campus operations, implementing sustainable practices in campus operations such as energy efficient appliances, reducing water usage with low flow fixtures, and maintaining green spaces. The benefit is that it enhances overall resource efficiency and sustainability of the campus environment. Eco-friendly transportation is another. Promoting the use of bicycles, electric vehicles, and public transportation among students and staff, and providing the necessary infrastructure, such as bike racks and EV charging stations. The benefit reduces carbon footprint associated with commuting and to and from the campus. Zita, I know you have a diploma in environmental waste management that you supported a hotel in achieving zero waste landfills. Could you tell us a little bit more about how you implemented this?
Of course. Well, first of all, thank you so much for sharing all the examples. And I think we can say that these are not only applicable to education industry, but a lot of these things that you just mentioned could also be applicable to any industry for any type of businesses.
Yeah, such as the construction or IT, or any business at all, really.
Yeah, absolutely. So coming back to your question, the circular economy business model has several key aspects, as we mentioned earlier, from value proposition, product lifecycle management, and just the one that you covered, all the way to waste minimization and supply chain sustainability. So the examples that I'm going to provide cover more than just one of these aspects, which is resource efficiency. So let's dive in. Let's look at the examples. As part of the waste prevention program, the Zero Waste to Landfill, we focused on waste minimization, and we implemented the towel usage strategy by folding cute animal towels to encourage guests to use only one towel and informing them about towel reuse policy through a carbon footprint flyer. Now, this reduced the frequency of towel washing, thereby we minimized water, energy waste, and also supplier costs associated with washing the towels. The food waste reduction included monitoring consumption habits in the canteen and adjusting portion sizes accordingly to reduce food waste. Now, this carbon footprint flyer that I just mentioned, because it was placed into every single guest room, it really supported our customer engagement strategy, informing guests about the environmental impact of not just the towels, but energy usage in general, and encouraging sustainable behavior. Now, regarding resource efficiency, we donated recyclable materials like used soaps, plastic caps, or like small plastic bottles and cans to charities and organizations that repurposed or recycled them. And this ensured that resources were used efficiently and kept in circulation. So all these practices also link to supply chain sustainability and collaboration with external organizations. There are also key aspects of the circular economy business model. And we have established relationships with companies and charities, like I mentioned, that repurposed materials. And therefore, we fostered a sustainable supply chain that prioritized recycling and reuse. So this collaboration helped drive circular initiatives and promoted sustainability. So by doing all these things, we really innovated the business model through these initiatives, demonstrating a shift towards a circular economy mindset. But most importantly, we created a sustainable culture by encouraging staff to adopt and promote sustainable practices, such as reducing waste, informing them about the goals of the waste reduction program, and also providing regular updates on the processes and the progress we made. And we achieved zero waste to landfill. So that was a huge success. Everybody was thrilled. All the hard work paid off.
Have you seen many tangible differences there as well within the hotel by implementing all of that?
Definitely, we did. So it showed, because we engaged staff continuously, we kept them informed, and we believe that that's like the foundation of success. So if you haven't your business and you want to achieve anything, it's crucial to communicate and educate your staff about the goals that you're doing, and then also the progress. And whatever you achieve your goals, then celebrate it, which we did. So this brings us to customer engagement, and it doesn't matter if you're talking about external customers or internal customers, which are your staff. Then I would like you, Terry, to maybe talk a little bit about how businesses can engage their customers to shift towards a circular economy model.
Well, business owners must clearly communicate how they use natural resources in a sustainable way. So again, this needs to be done through CPD, continuing professional development, at induction when you bring on new staff, and also regular, as I said, CPD, so regular training programs given by the hotel. Well, in your case, the hotel, but whatever case, the business itself. And of course, when we talk about CPD, we go back to the online platforms and we talk about the courses that are repurposed and reused and put back on to the platform itself. And staff can utilize those resources, but also gain badges to motivate them through and to show that X amount of staff have trained in this area. And that's great for the business, and that's great for the, you know, the business name and how the business is actually helping the environment. So it's great news, and it's great, I suppose, promotion for the business as well. So as I said, business, they need to communicate clearly, they need to have regular training programs. So let's look at a couple of examples. So manufacturing companies should source raw materials from suppliers who use sustainable and ethical practices. For instance, it uses recyclable metals and certified sustainable woods. Water conservation, so the company can install water recycling systems in its plants to reuse water in manufacturing, significantly reducing fresh water consumption. It can also power itself and its facilities with renewable energy, sources like solar power, reducing reliance on the fossil fuels. And minimizing plastic waste, be eco-friendly packaging. As we know, if you've ever bought off Amazon, they always package in cardboard, which you can reuse or you can use as mulching for the lawn, and that's a great idea. So, how can these be achieved? Well, the following implementation steps could be required or should be required, and these are examples of what may need to be done. So, conduct an audit of resources using to identify areas for improvement. Partner with suppliers to adhere to sustainable practices. Invest in technologies and systems that support energy efficiency, such as water recycling and renewable energy installations. And educate, as we said earlier, and train employees in sustainable practices and their importance. So it's also crucial that business owners communicate to their employees how financial management for organizations and organizational sustainability is implemented and its importance. So, for example, sustainable investments. So, finance team prioritizes investments in green technology, such as projects, such as renewable energy projects or green bonds. Budget allocation, so allocates budget towards sustainable initiatives, such as energy efficient upgrades, waste reduction programs, and employee sustainability training. Implements robust reporting systems to track and report on sustainability metrics, ensuring transparency and accountability to stakeholders. Performs cost-benefit analysis to evaluate sustainability projects, financial and environmental impacts, ensuring they align with the company's long-term goals. So let's look at how do we achieve this. So the following steps are required. So develop a sustainability-focused investment strategy, create a dedicated budget for sustainable projects and initiatives, implement tracking and reporting systems for sustainability metrics, regularly review financial performance and sustainability impacts to adjust strategies as needed. So lastly, it's crucial to mobilize staff for climate change and environmental issues. And again, this needs to be communicated to all staff. So sustainability training, the HR team could organize regular training and sessions and workshops on climate change, sustainability practices, and the company's environmental goals. Establish a volunteer green team within the company to lead sustainability initiatives such as office recycling programs, energy saving campaigns, and community cleanup events. Introduce incentives for employees actively participating in sustainability initiatives such as recognition rewards, bonuses, or extra vacation days. And this comes back to where I was talking about the badges and the courses as well, which motivate staff. Incorporate sustainability into HR policies, such as promoting remote work to reduce commuting emissions, enjoying carpooling or biking, and providing resources for energy efficient home office setups. So again, to achieve this, the following steps will need to be implemented. Develop and implement a comprehensive sustainability training program, form green teams and give them resources and support needed to lead initiatives, design incentive programs to reward sustainable behaviors and contributions, and integrate sustainability into HR policies and practices, ensuring alignment with broader organizational goals. So over to you, Zita. What do you think of that?
Wow, Ferry, thank you so much for all these examples and practical implementations, because you pretty much covered, I think, everything from the HR point of view, all the training and incentives, all the way to finances. And regarding finances, I also want to talk a little bit about government support, because according to research, the most significant challenges companies identified in implementing climate action plan measures were, the number one was developing new skills within the workforce. So you really covered, like all the training that is required. And the number two, improving the energy efficiency of processes, which, let's say, most of the time is going to come down to government funding and support. And also to implement these things, businesses need a skilled workforce and suitable training programs to guide businesses through the complexity of various pieces of legislation and policy objectives and targets. And like I said, available funding and support is also required, because if we really want to achieve the 51% reduction in overall greenhouse gas emissions by 2030, as set out by the Climate Action Plan, then businesses really need more funding to develop their staff's green and circular skills. And not only that, but also, if you're talking about youth and young people, I think it's crucial to have up-to-date career advice and job opportunities regarding green and circular skills. It is really, really needed. And this brings up to youth internship, which you have also a lot of experience with. So can you maybe enlighten us how businesses can incorporate internships into their model, and maybe what would be the steps that they should take to attract these young individuals?
Well, I just want to firstly say about the career advice, that's essential when we're talking about developing skills for young people, for youth, because unless they know what skills they need for particular jobs, they will not focus on those skills. I do a lot of mentoring with youth, as I said, and there's a lot of people who have gone and done qualifications which really don't bring them anywhere at all, and they don't develop the necessary skills that they wanted. But because of lack of career advice, they were funneled into that area. So career advice is extremely important. And yes, the skills developed do link on to great job opportunities and give you a better fighting chance when it comes to new jobs coming up. But let's go back to the businesses and what businesses need to do. Well, to bring in new young people, what they need to do is to nurture the next generation of innovators and offer internships that provide hands-on experience and sustainable practices. Businesses need to put their money where their mouth is and bring in young people into the business. It will cost, but in the long run, it will save the company money. And companies need to have more leadership and think of it in those terms and bringing that circular economy in. So hands-on practical experience, sustainable practices is essential. So these internships should be designed to inspire and educate young people about the importance of the circular economy.
That's fantastic. And maybe I could also add that what businesses could do is they could reach out to youth organizations or even advertise on, I suppose it depends on the country, but there are a couple of sort of like governmental platforms that you can advertise for free, that you offer internships.
Yeah, absolutely. But they have to do more than that. I think businesses have to maybe again put their money, out there and employ somebody who's a liaison with youth workers, with the youth agencies, and go out to all of the youth organizations and talk to the young people and tell them about what the company does and about businesses and educate them in those ways and about the circular economy, and then bring them in and to try out different areas of the company and do work in different areas of the company and see if it's a good fit for them, and then take them in as internships and develop the skills needed for them to excel within that business area.
That's fantastic, Terry. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise and all the information regarding, like what businesses can do to shift towards a circular economy business model. We really hope that you found this session insightful and inspiring. And just remember that integrating circular economy practices benefits the environment and enhances your business's resilience and reputation. Thank you, Terry, again for all your help and expertise.
Okay, thank you very much. And
Bye-bye. Bye.